You know what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna invent an app similar to like translation, but when you hold up the phone to your girlfriend and she says "I'm fine," it'll tell you what's really going on.
Yes.
Because that's what we all really need. That's the $1 million idea.
We want to do the introduction.
Sorry, it's a reflex.
Yes, yeah, right. Back in the day, like everybody clap. Oh, you can't make me laugh. That's funny. What's going on, everybody? It's EQ. Here's my co-host Kris, and to my left is
Not Joe.
Not Joe, because Joe decided that he didn't want to be part of the Weird Couch anymore.
What?
And said, "Fuck you guys." No, totally just kidding. Joe's spending time with the family. So yeah, Joe decided that not that he wanted. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. You know, he has a family, he has a daughter, and he hasn't been away from her for this long in a very long time. So for the last couple of days, he's spending time there before he leaves. So kudos to him for doing the dad thing.
That's right.
So for basically the rest of the videos in this sequence, you're only going to see me and Kris on the couch. But
It's like 2002.
I know, right? But you're going to see me and Joe on our trip in Paris. So it kind of like balances out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so today's topic is translation matrix. I think this has been talked about by a whole bunch of people, actually, like over the years. Like, I wish there was something, like a handbook that would tell, okay, you look pissed, what is it? You don't want to tell me. You say you're fine. There's nothing. Let me get the book.
I'm fine.
Bam, bam, bam.
I'm fine.
Exactly. Now, Candace, you guys all know Candace, our creative assistant. She had pointed out that Jenna Marbles actually did a parody video where it was like the text translation book, so that when you have a text, those texts, and it just says hi, like, what the fuck does hi mean? Like, or what are you doing? So like if you got in her video,
Or the infamous K.
yeah, or K, definitely. And the video's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, this is not a promotional thing. Like, I like Jenna Marbles. Like, she's actually a legitimately funny person. And so the video was actually pretty freaking hilarious because I had the idea. I told Candace, and Candace was like, "Oh, you have to watch this video." And I was like, "I don't think it's the same thing." But I did laugh my ass off. So it's like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" Like, from a female friend to a friend, to Jenna. And it was I'm just going to, I don't want to steal her clip. But basically it was, let me get the book. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Da-da-da. She gets the book, opens it up, and it says, what it really is supposed to say is, I'm mad at my boyfriend and I want to go get drunk and bitch and moan about him all night to you while getting drunk. Did I mention wine? Like, that's what the translation comes out to. And I was dying laughing. My idea is, you've heard of the earpieces now, because at first it was like an app on the phone to translate other languages. So somebody who doesn't speak the same language talks into the phone, and then the phone, the app translates. Well, now they have earpieces. So I was like, how fucking awesome would it be to get one of those things to translate for your significant other?
You would have 2,000 different interpretations of the phrase "I'm fine."
It's funny, but it's the truth, man. You have no idea because of the facial expressions.
No offense, ladies.
Yeah, no offense. But you can't deny that it's the truth. And, I mean, dudes do the same thing, like...
So I was going to say, to counter, or to offer an equivalency to the, did I mention wine thing you went through? We do the same thing at times when you have that one male friend and the text is like, "Alright, bro day."
Yeah.
So it's like, either like gym or bad food, one or the other.
Yeah.
There's video games involved, potentially beer, or depending on if there was like breakups or things involved, hard alcohol.
Definitely hard alcohol.
And so we do the same thing, but I feel it's expressed a bit differently. But same thing, same.
Yeah.
You do you, girls, same.
Yeah. So by no means, and Candace did point this out earlier during our meeting. She's like, "You always seem to have like this issue with women." Listen, I'm a dude. We have issues with women, just like women have issues with dudes. So if you've got a problem with the fact that I'm expressing my particular issues, you can basically go fuck yourself. I don't mean to offend anybody by my issues,
no, just own
but
it. Just
I'm going to share them.
Just own it.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. So, do you think it would be possible? Like, I mean, because you're a technical guy, I'm technical, Joe's technical. We have like this understanding of like science and mechanics and things like that. Do you think it would be possible to program a translation ear to do what we want it to do?
No. I don't see that ever being a thing. No, I can't say that.
Not even with current AI technologies out there?
No, because, as we all know, women come in all different shapes, sizes, and mental configurations.
I see what you're doing here.
And so, in all reality, the sheer number of different personalities that are out there existing in a female form would probably be, enough to overwhelm. So what I'm saying is for every different variety of woman out there, the phrase "I'm fine" might be interpreted different ways depending on the type, correct? So, it's kind of a needle in the haystack endeavor, we'll say.
Okay, so I have a caveat to that because I'm about to royally fuck myself with the entire female population. I am going to be perpetually single for the rest of my life. But here's the deal. Yes, 100% true statement, right? Everybody is an individual. It's just like with your DNA. There's so many different combinations of DNA that make up a person who is not an exact copy of another person. But there are similarities or whatever, and I mean psychology wouldn't exist unless you could go through and take a set of people and then put them through similar events, or basically the same event, right? And then quantify those responses and say, well, somebody with this issue is most likely going to respond with this, right? So my thought process is, I would say I've dated a decent amount of women. You've dated a decent amount of women. I'm pretty sure Joe's dated a decent amount of women. And although each one is their own individual snowflake, and if you know what I mean by snowflake, then, we're cool. I feel like I have to explain that, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna resist the urge.
Not the political snowflake.
Not the political snowflake, like an actual snowflake.
He's speaking about being unique.
Yeah, thank you, Kris. Exactly.
Got you, buddy.
But I would say almost 100% of the time, not 100% of the time. No, take that back. About 90 to 95% of the time, when a woman says, "I'm fine," it doesn't need to be. You don't need to think about, well, what does her personality mean? Personality, how she grew up, what are her parents like, past relationships. All you need to know is when it says, "I'm fine," no, I'm not fine. I'm pissed off at you, and I'm going to be mad at you until you figure out why the fuck I'm pissed off at you. That is a general thing that I think would be able to, yeah. I'll solve a Rubik's Cube before I figure out what the fuck's wrong with you. Or why you're mad at me. Not what the fuck's wrong with you. My bad choice of words. But I think we could program an AI because, okay, jukedeck.com, not a paid advertisement, amazing thing, go to it, and AI builds music for you. I think I might have talked about it before, but I might have shown you. But this AI learns from your input, basically kind of like what kind of music within the parameters of the program you like. And so then it becomes more individual, and each song that is put out is unique to you. And they basically guarantee that no two songs are going to be alike. So with that level of AI, I don't know if they could have heard that or not. But oh well. But with that level of AI, I think it would be possible to program maybe a rudimentary translation. Like, what's a typical dude response to something that a woman asks? Did you check out her ass? No, honey, I did not check out her ass.
Who?
Yeah. Who? Yeah, exactly. I think we can translate that to yes. You know,
My favorite. Do you want to do the dishes? Will I? Yes.
But babe, I want you to want to do the dishes.
Not gonna happen.
But if
what I want is for you to stop wanting me to do the dishes. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go do these dishes.
Listen, stop wanting your dude to do the dishes. Stop wanting your significant other to do the dishes.
Okay. It gives us something to.
Yeah, it's okay to ask, but don't be pissed off if he doesn't want to, or if somebody doesn't want to do the dishes, because unless you have OCD or you're monk, I've been talking about monk a lot. Candace, that reference was for you. No one wants to do dishes unless you have OCD. You know.
I'm an advocate for paper plates. Buy paper.
That's adulting people. Just saying. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe one day we'll be able to have the technology, or maybe one day we won't need the technology. Maybe one day people, because I have to be politically correct, because I want to say women, but people will just say what the fuck's on their mind instead of beating around the bush.
So two things. One, it's not politically correct if you mention what exactly you were trying to beat around the bush and avoid saying.
Yeah.
So the other part
on purpose
is that we were speaking about this off camera the other day, but what they're doing is they've figured out that when we speak in our own voice internally in our minds, that involuntarily the muscles that control our vocal cords, they'll fluctuate and they'll move as if you're actually speaking the words that you are, running in your inner monologue. So the result of that is to a degree they're going to be able to sort of predict what it is that we're thinking. So that might be beneficial if used in that context.
So and
used in another context, there's some pretty scary implications. But
yeah,
that's the thing. Google's for more than boobs.
Yeah, I just realized the camera's tweaking out, trying to focus. Oh
that's
well,
right.
yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Anyways, so I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have it. Maybe we'll have like a necklace a necklace for women, and I don't know, like built into colored shirts for dudes or something like that. So when when you're thinking about something, it vibrates the throat, and then it goes to a little earpiece, and be like, okay, you don't have to say a thing. I understand. You're hangry. Got it. I'm getting you a fucking sandwich, babe. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you been hangry today? Me? Twice. But I don't know. Any last thoughts, words on that?
No, none at all.
Well,
this was an interesting,
yeah,
interesting episode here. Fridays on the Couch. These are obviously some interesting subject matter that affects us all. So if you like what you heard, let us know down below in the comments section. If you don't like what you heard specifically, CQ's email address is... No, I'm just kidding.
theweirdcouch@gmail.com. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah. Aside from that, stay weird, my friends.